Let's bring in business and markets analyst, NewsMax contributor Seth Denson, and adjunct professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Great to have you both with me this morning. So starting off, the president had a lot to say about China's decision to stop buying American soybeans as retaliation against U.S. tariffs. Trump taking a Truth Social, writing in part, quote, "I believe that China purposefully not buying our soybeans and causing difficulty to our soybean farmers is an economically hostile act." Seth, what do you make of this?
Call it a trade war, Sharla, not a trade hug. I mean, that's effectively what's going on here. And as the great Yogi Berra once said, it's like deja vu all over again. This is the exact way that China approached the U.S. in the first trade war back during the first Trump administration. So unfortunately, these are the challenges that we have. Now, in that first administration, the Trump administration did bail out soybean farmers. We've seen that $40 billion business between the U.S. and China on ag goods just practically come to a screeching halt. It's almost zero right now. So it's $40 billion a year. So the reality is, my hope is it was this soybean ag structure that got us to a deal the first go around on that phase one. Let's hope this gets us to a deal this go around.
Yeah, let's hope. All right, so let's talk about Fed Chair Jerome Powell signaling the Federal Reserve remains open to future rate cuts despite limited economic data caused by the government shutdown. So this as federal officials attempt to stimulate the job market by lowering rates, all while lacking data that helps their decision making. So Dan, what do you predict happens here?
Well, let me make a statement here on the data. It's predictable in that it will likely be inaccurate because we constantly see adjustments to the numbers after the fact. But that aside, it is absolutely time for the Fed to continue to lower rates. That's what I think they'll do. I think they'll do it in small increments. So why do we need to do it? Well, we're looking at the jobs growth right now, which is flat. We're also looking at how borrowing costs continue to really hurt small businesses. So small businesses make up 50% of the business in this country. We need to help them. Right now, inflation is stable, still too high, but now is the time to continue the process of lowering those interest rates.
Yeah, great point. So I want to get to this. Comcast positioning itself as a major competitor to Paramount in the race to acquire Warner Brothers, targeting its content and streaming assets in a deal potentially worth $60 billion. That's a lot of dough, Seth. What strategic advantages does Warner Brothers offer that makes it a valuable target for Comcast and Paramount?
A number of them, Sharla, not to mention the fact that their content, which, again, you got to get people to want to tune in. That's a big piece here. But Warner Brothers actually did what many have failed to do. They turned their business around. This is a stock that's now up nearly 150% over the last year. They've restructured their debt. They've gotten out of a lot of it. They put new programming. They dumped things that didn't work. Reality is, Warner, we all kind of thought was going to go away just based on the sheer numbers. And instead, they have come rising back. And both Comcast and Paramount, they could use a little bit of that right now.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Walmart saying it's reached a deal with OpenAI to allow shoppers to buy items through ChatGPT as the retail giant tries to keep up with new ways, I guess, that consumers are discovering these products. So, Dan, how will this compare to that AI shopping assistant Walmart already has? I believe it's called Sparky.
Well, I think it's going to enhance it. What we're seeing here is Walmart going on offense. And we need to take note here. This is the world's largest retailer. And what are they saying? We need to meet customers where they are. And where are they? They're on ChatGPT. They are using that as the information to what they're going to buy. So Walmart is saying, okay, we need to figure out here what will drive more customers, what will drive new customers. That being said, ChatGPT is where they are. That's where they're going. And mind you, Walmart has done this before. Remember when Amazon came on the scene and they opened up the world to online retail, what did Walmart do? They went all in, and hence they can compete with Amazon.
Yeah, ChatGPT going to take over the world, guys. All right, Seth, Dan, thank you both so much.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.